Oh, awesome, awesome. Welcome as you come in. Put in the chat where you are joining from. Say good morning and where you're joining from in the chat. That's to you, IG, as well as on Zoom.
I don't know how to do that.
So I'm going to try to use more color fabrics because my background is light, but I wanted y'all to be able to see me. So I'll try to use more color fabrics so you can follow along as we do it. Just to set some ground rules for Zoom. If you know there is some background noise that is happening or may happen, uh, try to mute yourselves. Be conscious of that for the background sounds. I want to leave the lines open so that y'all can ask me questions in the midst of the tutorial. If it gets too loud, I'll mute, so then we'll have to use the raise hands. Okay, I don't want it to be restricted, but let's see how it flows. This is being recorded, and I hope to be able to share it with you after. Hey, Empress Vibes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate you. Make sure you have a piece of fabric, a scarf, a t-shirt, anything that you want to test it out with as you join in. Take a minute and grab that. It is 11:09, so we are going to start with our first one at 11:10. So one more minute. Ronaldo Watkins, do you have your fabric? Okay, I got you. We have males with us as well. This is not just for females. We did a live last Saturday. I might make this a Saturday thing as we're in the season, so we can get together and take it to the next level, escalate our skills. So this is for every level. This is for beginners, this is for intermediate, this is for beginners. You're learning how to do it. For the intermediate, you're increasing your skills and adding some new technique and some new options to try. And for the advanced, you're just mastering this and trying little secrets that I'm going to add in. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing was for you to put in the chat what you think I have my head with right, what I have it wrapped with right now. Okay, so I'll turn a little bit to give you the last chance to guess as I'm in my rotating chair. Bear with me so I can turn for you. Give you a little bit of a view. Am I moving slow enough? I'd like to keep the music vibe in the background, so let me know if it's too loud. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit more. You want to hear it a little, but not too much. How is that? Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, Empress Vibes, you got your t-shirt? Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so Cheyenne said a scarf. Sharon said a t-shirt. Charmaine, where's your guess?
I don't know how to chat.
Oh, okay. You don't know how to chat. So tell me, what do you think it is?
Well, I thought that it was probably a t-shirt too.
Okay. All right. So let me see if we got guesses on IG. Okay, I got t-shirt. Empress Vibe said t-shirt. Yes. So it is a t-shirt. So this is my Mumia, free Mumia t-shirt. So I'm going to take this off now. Y'all don't crack on my new growth because I've been putting all kind of scarves and stuff on my head. I'm intentionally going slow as I unwrap it so that you can see. Full t-shirt.
Hey, it's
Oh,
Mike from
cool.
Stanford, and I've been testing something recently that I think you're going to find to be really encouraging.
So that's a full t-shirt. So we're not cutting any t-shirts. We're using everything as it is. So one of the major things that I want to capture, or what I want to come across in this, is that we're using what we have in our hands. We're using what's available to us, what's in our house, right? So you're not looking to go and buy any specific type of fabric or any specific items. You have so much right in your midst that you can use. And one of the other things that we talked about in relation to wrapping our heads, one, it's not just for males. I mean, it's not just for females, it's for males as well. And this season that we're in, where we're covering ourselves up, wearing masks, wearing gloves to go out and do what we have to do, I'm saying this is our crown, right? We've received energy. Our here is antennas, right? So we want to protect our crown as well. We want to protect our crown. So one way of protecting our crown is covering it with fabric. Fabric is something that can be washed, right? We're hearing, take off your clothes at the door, have something to change into. Let's cover our crowns. Welcome, Minister Francine. Thank you for joining us. You are muted, so just know if you want us to hear you, you can unmute yourself. Awesome. So as I was saying, let's cover our crowns. Let's protect our energy. So we lose and receive energy through our crowns. We pick up energy through our hair. For me, who I have locks, right? I can't comb or take a brush and comb or brush through it, right? So locks gather. It takes in everything, right? Your hair, it takes in energy and it takes in things as well, but you have the ability to comb and brush through it. Like you, I wash my hair and we wash it out, but we want to minimalize that. And another thing to be mindful of is your energy levels. When your resistance is low, you want to cover your head more, because you will be drained quicker if your energy is already low, if your body resistance is low. So be present to yourself and your heights of energy, your energy levels. And your hair speaks to you. So you can tell by your hair whether you need to drink water. Your hair will get really dry, your scalp will get dry, will get itchy. So now this is turning into a hair lesson as well. Rock with me, roll with me. Everything for a reason. I just go with whatever I'm led to say and do in the midst of this. So just roll with me. It's a reason that this is being said, okay? So be mindful in this season of your energy, and take this not just as a tutorial to learn how to style and give yourself other options, but also look at it as a way to protect your crown. So yes, now let's move away from the heaviness or the so seriousness, but it also gives us options, right? So we can't get to the hairdresser. Some of us haven't done our hair in forever. Now, I'm blessed enough to make my own oils, and I pretty much do everything for my hair on my own. But this is a season, sometimes I just like to be pampered, and I like to have one person that I trust do my hair, but I can't get there. I can't do that now. So out of thinking about that came this creative head wrapping session. How can I show my sisters how to adorn themselves, how to bless their crowns, how to cover their crowns and add a little style, a little pizzazz, a little freshness to it. So although we can't necessarily do a whole bunch of styles with our hair directly, we can use all types of t-shirts and fabrics and options, okay? So we started with the t-shirt, I did that. Now I'm going to move to a different type of fabric, something smaller, something simple, But let me ask this. So I know on IG, some of you have t-shirts. So you have t-shirts, and I'm going to come back to actually wrapping several types of t-shirts. What do you have? Show me, hold up what you have.
I have a scarf.
Okay, is that a silk scarf?
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know.
I see traditional
Let me see.
fabrics. Well, right, it could be
Uh,
crayon. You don't have to tell me exact. I'm trying just to think of the material type. Material type. Okay, a shininess to it, so that it's more like
yeah,
a on. Okay, all right.
yeah.
So this is more like a rayon blend fabric. It's orange. You can see this. It has frills on the end. So I'm going to go with this one first. So this one you can do any way you want. I'm going to do the first way from the front and just lay it over my head. Because it's thin and it's old, you can see you starting to be able to see through it. So I'm going to tuck it like this to give it a little thickness in the front. Okay, you can see it now. Yeah, there we go. And I'm taking it and I'm pulling it to the back. Okay, I'm looking for my ends. So I have two ends, the two ends, right? So you have your two ends and you're going to loop it. Use your hair, that knot you made, and your hair as a base. If it's really long and you want to secure it so it doesn't loosen up on you, you can double tie it. It gives you,
Suppose you don't have no hair back there.
and this works as well. So then I would definitely suggest that you double tie it, because then that creates the base for you when you create the knot.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So look, I'm with you, Sharma. I don't have nothing back there either.
I don't have no hair on my head.
I know. So then you can take one end. This is simpler to do it this way. Take one end, wrap it around, and tuck it. Then you take the other end and you wrap it the opposite direction. My hair is a little bulky on here, but that's okay. You get the concept. And then you tuck that. If you're okay with a little frill just hanging, you can let it hang how you want. Or if you are more of a precise person, then you comfortably just tuck everything to your liking. And you adjust your hair. And there's the front view. So you have your knot in the back, and you have your smoothness in the front. If you have hair, then you could use a scrunchie first to hold it in like a ponytail position and use it like that. If you don't have hair, you're not going to have to worry about the bulk of your hair. So that's how you adjust it accordingly to make it as smooth as you would like it. Okay, how was that? Make sense?
Good.
Okay, so that's the first one. Now the same scarf, all I did was unwrap it. I'm going to take out one of my knots, right? So I created a base. So you always got your base, whatever you want to do. And you could take that same scarf and bring it to the front. And then tuck that in the back. You still got your base in the back. And you tuck it and bring it around to the sides. Tucking it, tucking it, tucking it. However neat, if you like a little hang, a little frill, if it has frill, it's okay. Gives it a little personality. a little individuality. And then your front, you adjust how you want. Okay? You can pull it back some. You got your little tuck all in the back. And you adjust that how you want. If you want to bring it down further, if you want to adjust the layers and make it a little neater, however you want to do it. That's you personalizing it for you. Following me? Okay, awesome. All right, ready to move to the next one? This is a shorter, just a regular scarf, right? So this is a complete square. So it's not that long. So the shorter it is, you have a little less wrapping. Just for better visual, I'm just gonna put a little scrunchie on my hair. So this one, I'm folding in half. Folding it in half
Diagonally.
for a little more control. Yep, you can follow along.
Sister Iris, is this the long way or diagonally?
Just the long way.
Okay.
Well, this one is a complete square, so it's even on all sides.
Okay.
Okay. But I would say the long way because that gives you more length.
Okay.
You're just decreasing your width, so it's a little more, a little easier to manage. Okay. So that's folded in half. I'm going to take it, put it around my neck. Okay. So that's your base to start. And then just pull it up how you want it. Adjust it to fit around your head. I'll do the side. Give you the side view. And you're just holding it to the front, adjusting it on your sides. You got two pieces, right? So you adjust it on your sides. And then you're going to tie it. It's always options, so you could double tie it. And then tuck. If your sister friend, yours don't look that long, so you might not be able to double tie it. So just start tucking it. Just tuck it on your sides. Okay. So this one is usually used if you want your hair out, hanging out of it. Okay. And you have some width, so you adjust it how you want it, and it gives you a smoother finish in the back. So you can bring your hair forward and tuck it into it. If you have hair, you got it, sister friend. Okay, so that's one way. And just tuck it how you want. I'm just gonna show just a little variation. I'm doing it just with a twist. And this one might work for you a little better, sister friend, because that one doesn't look that long. So I'm just twisting it. Not tying it, just twisting it. Right. And that's another way you can do it without tying it. And then tuck, that one looks like it's doing a little better for you. And then tuck it. The difference between the tying it and just turning it is it gives you a little more height. So it takes it up a little bit more without tying it. And then you can adjust it. That one you can pull back if you want the front of your hair to show, or you can pull it down, or you can even adjust it and put it to the side. Okay, does that make sense? Yep, just keep tucking it until you feel the difference. Okay. This one could always be done that way as well. And tuck it. So you always have options. Anything you put to the front, you can put it to the back, and you just change it up for your comfort level. Sister Fran is working. All right. Okay. I'm waiting for you, Charmin, to give it a try.
Oh, I thought we was just watching at first. Okay.
Oh, I thought, yeah, you know, you could try to.
Okay.
So as I said, I want to give variations so everyone can see whatever type of fabric you have. So if you have traditional fabric, kente cloth, whatever you have. This one I'm wrapping around. I didn't do any tie. I just bent it from the front to the back, and I'm tucking it in the back. And I'll turn around and let you see that. So if you feel it a little more cultural and you have any type of traditional fabric, kente cloth from wherever, I see you, Sharon. Work it, work it, work it. I wish I could see y'all on IG. Y'all gonna have to send me some pictures. And you know, some people prefer their ears covered. Now in this season, I would prefer my ears covered because our ears is a port as well. Eyes, ears, nose, mouth, these are all ports. So in this season, I prefer ears covered. Sometimes people feel stifled if their ears are covered. So you can adjust that as you see fit. You can pull it down more. Again, it's all in your control, what you prefer. You can put it behind your ears and put your ears out. You can push it back. Once you get it tucked and control the tightness by tucking, then you can adjust it however you want. Make sense?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to something a little bit longer. You good with that? Oh, okay, I see you, Charmin. I'll move on to a longer fabric. So now if you're buying fabric from a store, when you start talking about widths, you usually are getting 45 inches or 36 inches in width. If you buy these pre-scarves, multi-purpose scarves that can be used as sarongs, those are a little bit longer, so they're off the basis of the 45 inches, okay? So this is a lot of material for people that's starting for the first time. So for beginners, this might be a lot of fabric, but don't be afraid of it. That means that you just fold it more. So you wanna keep your length, so your long your length way, you fold it length way.
You said this is a sarong?
This is a sarong.
Let me go grab mine.
So you fold it the long way, okay? And that gives you control of handling it. So don't be afraid of width, don't be afraid of length. Beginners, I usually recommend starting with a yard if you are using fabric and able to get it. So a yard, so I use anywhere between 1 yard and 3 yards. 3 yards if I want it thick, or if I want it higher, or if I want to create a design out of it. So the more fabric you have, the more you can do. That's the catch in it. But it's when you get more comfortable with it. So if you're good with folding it in half once, or if it's still too much for you, you can fold it into thirds. Okay, I'm gonna do halfway. Putting it around my neck, right? So, okay, you got that. And then I'm bringing it over and setting my point on my forehead. It's always good to start down far because you can always adjust it to move it back to where you want it. As you wrap it, sometimes it slides back if it's not a stretch material. Now this isn't a stretch material. This is completely rayon, so there's no stretch in this. Okay, so like our other one, taking it back. First, I'm not gonna do any top. So make sure you're separating it to have your 2 pieces. No tie, just wrapping it and bringing it to the front. Hi, Sister Janie, welcome.
Hi.
No tie, but we got great length on these. Right, Shy, that's feeling good. Bring it to the front and wrap it. Yep, there you go. And then take it back. And as depending on your length, you start to tuck it. Start tucking. Hi, Crystal, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
This don't work for me. That's too short. Mine is too short for that.
You go with it. So let me see. You're doing it from the front. Bring it down. Bring it down on your forehead, right? Take it back. You got it. Okay, so take it back. And as you bring yours forward, you're going to start tucking. So ours is longer than yours, so we had to loop it back another time. So you're going to bring it around, cross it, and then start tucking.
Oh.
See?
Oh, wait.
Okay, yep. So we have different lengths here, so we have to work with what we have, right?
Right.
Yep, so you got it. And so again, this one has frills, it has ends. So if you're comfortable with just letting it rock like that, then go with it. Or if you're more refined and you want everything in its place, then you just tuck. You adjust it. Awesome, Sister Fran. Y'all are doing an awesome job, my sisters. I'm loving it. Y'all looking good out there. So again, this is where we personalize it for our likes. So the front, so you see I started fiddling with the front, so you fill it out, how you want to do it, how low you want it. If you have a fabric with more than one color, you might want a little more of the color to show, so you adjust it so the color shows. So options, going with what you want. how low you want it. Or not, if you want it further up. Again, once you get it secured, you can adjust it however you want. If it feels too loose, take out the tuck part and then just pull it a little tighter and retuck. Okay? Remember, you control the tightness and the comfort of it. So let me give you the back view. You're seeing that? Awesome. Adjust it how you want it. And then accessorize. Awesome. Okay, so we could work with this one a little bit more. So I'll take that off, right? We did it from front to back. Oh, I like that, Sister Fran. See that little pop of color up in there? Again, remember anything that we do from the front to the back, we can turn it around so we keep our smooth edge, right? Hold that up. So now we're gonna take it to the next level, right? So hold your creased edge shy, right? So your creased edge, right? So before we took it from the front to the back, right? So now we're gonna take it from the back to the front. So we're gonna watch me first. So I'm gonna bend my head, I'm putting it up and I'm putting it over my head to the nape of my neck. Got that? Put that edge to the nape of your neck and pull it forward. Yep, there you go, right? So you have that, and the front will just fall how it may. And then we're going to wrap it the other way. Now, what does this do different? This gives you a little dip in the front. When you bring it from the back to the front, it gives you the ability to create, if you want a V.
It is an understatement to say that I was extremely worried. I was overwhelmed and I didn't know where to begin.
If you,
It don't work for
okay,
me.
you can do it straight laced, or like I was saying, if you, because you're bringing it forward like this, you have it like that, and this can give you the ability to do that. And then you're just bringing it around and you're going to tuck it in. I'm holding one side, I am tucking one side at a time, but I'm just holding that and just bracing so that I can tuck one side and make that secure. And then that other side that I'm just holding in my hand, then I tuck that. It gets smoother the more you do it. Charmin, you looking at me like, what? It gets smoother. The more you do it, the smoother it gets. So when you bring it from the back to the front, that's what I was going for my little dip. So that you can adjust how you want it. And the back is just, you're tucking it, you're smoothing it, however you want to adjust it. Your foundation is your first wrapping of it, so that creates the tightness. So however loose or tight you want to do the second tuck, the actual tucking is up to you. Okay, so let's get a back view of that. whether you have hair or not, you are creating a foundation. You use the material to create your base. So it doesn't matter whether you have hair or not, okay? You can adjust that how you want. You could do a side dip to the side. So you adjust it how you want, just by adjusting the front fabric, okay? Or maybe you don't want any dip at all. Maybe you just want it around your head. And there you can do that as well, okay? Remember, if you want it further down or if you want it further back, you adjust it. And if you push it back further, some people like the front of their hair showing. If you push it back further and it feels like it got loose, what do? You just go back to what you tucked and you tuck it more to secure it and make it tighter. Got it? Awesome. All right, so we did a couple of different sizes of fabric. Let's move to a short sleeve shirt. This is actually a V-neck shirt. Can you see that? Okay, it's a V-neck shirt. So I'll take this one off. You can take yours off or leave it on. Adjust my hair a little bit. So I'm using like a little summer, this has spandex in it. So this is the catch as well. So it has a little bit of spandex. And this one, I'm going to use the V. So I'm taking the neck of the shirt and I'm putting my hair in it. So if you have no hair, you just put it over your head. Okay. So the V of the shirt, now you can see it a little bit, right? So this is the V of the shirt, a V-neck short sleeve shirt. Okay. I'm going to adjust that back. So it's short sleeve, so it's not a lot to work with like a long sleeve, but you can still use it as well. So we're going to pull that back, take the, pull the shirt out like you're using it as, using the sleeves as ends. Can you see that? So I'm holding an end of the sleeve. Yeah, there you go, you got that. And then I'm going to pull it back behind my head, right? So I'm using that as to form my tie. Remember, creating my base, I'm creating my foundation, okay? I'm double tying it. And I'm tucking my ends. So I've created my base. Adjusting my hair. Now I have this left. Depending on the size of your shirt, just want to form it. And if it has stretch material, this has spandex. So this has a large percentage of spandex. So you want to smooth that out. And I'm putting it around my hair. Or around my knot, around my base. Remember, I formed my base. And I'm tucking that around it. Following me? And so I used the V of that shirt. So that gave me that design. If I wanted to put it just behind my ears, and just have it like that. And have a little cute, quick knot, quick and ready to go. So this is really a quick one. When you use the short sleeve spandex fabric that's stretchy, it allows you to pull it and stretch it, and it doesn't ruin the shirt. So you still can wear that shirt. Okay. So that's using the rim of the neck like that. And I can always adjust it and pull it forward if I think it's too far back for me, and vice versa. Okay. So we have that. And so that's using the neck of the t-shirt. Okay. Oh, I'm liking my little bun. I'm liking my little bun. All right. So now I'm going to reverse it because always showing that we can use both ends. So I'm untying my knot, untying my base, taking that off my head. That was the top of the shirt. I'm going to turn it upside down. Now this actually happens to have like a little logo on it. So maybe I want to just use that. It has a little, a figure, a person on stretching. So I'm putting my hands inside of it and using the bottom of the shirt, putting it over my head. Okay. These 4 natural solutions are the bottom of the shirt. Although many of my patients will tell you, I put my head inside the shirt. Is improve your digestion and help you process food with maximum efficiency. Update. I'm forming 2 ends, pulling the sides of the shirt. Again, creating my base. Creating my base. Double tying because this is stretchy, so it goes with me. Awesome. Awesome job. Y'all rock. Hey, Glow Getter, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. We are using what we got for those of you coming in. We are using different options that we have in our home, in our access to use to adorn our heads, to give some extra personality, some flair in this season that we can't necessarily get to the beauty parlors, the salon, and just using what we have to create. So again, so we created our base. Depending on the size of the t-shirt will depend on how much fabric you have for tucking. So again, you can wrap it around your hair, either way, left or to the right, right? Or me, because this one is not that long, I created my base. So I'm tucking it in my base, in that knot that I created. So again, like we talked about, Charmin, whatever length it is, you work with the length you have. Okay?
Okay.
And then just tuck it. And you're feeling it as you go. For your comfort level, for how tight it is, you don't want to make it too tight. Now, what happens if you make it too tight is it'll give you a headache. And so you have to be mindful even with stretch material. So because it's stretching, you get a lot of give and it goes with you. And so if you ever feel like, oh, I feel like a little lightheaded, or try loosening it. And when you unloosen it, you'll feel actual relief, like your head just said, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, I guess I had that too tight. So you might not even realize at first, okay? So I used my knot, and I'm just tucking neatly, and I have my hair. So this one was too short for me to be able to wrap it. Okay? So it depends on the size of your head, and it depends on the size of the shirt, okay? How you work it. But whatever you have, whatever size it is, you can work it. You can work it. All right? So that was a short sleeve t-shirt with spandex in it. All right, Pastor Fran, you look like a diva. Shy said you look like a diva. You better work. Okay, so I'm trying to find my knot because I done tucked and tucked and tucked. All right, because it's stretch material, I can just slide that off and untie it later. Okay. All right, what next? So we've done kente cloths, we've done sarongs, we did t-shirts. I'm gonna do one a little more cultural. So this is a strip, a stitched down strip of fabric, traditional fabric. I'm going to do it from the front first. So I'm doing it equally in half along my head, putting it to the back, bringing it forward, bringing it forward. Just let it go however it goes, and I'm tying it, right? I'm double tying it for security, and then this allows me to play with it however I want. Some people may like it just hanging like this and just go. You can put it as a bow. So I'm making an actual bow. So this is for the more traditional, if you're attending an event or something. So I made a bow, and I'm tightening and adjusting the bow. I'm going to do it a little smaller so I can use my ends. There we go. A little tighter. And I am opening the ends of my bow. That's what I'm doing. So this is what gives it personality and flair, and adjust it how you want to. Open up the ends of your bow. Tuck it. And so if you have the flat ends and you don't like that, it's looking a little too up for you, you can take that and you can tuck it. So you can tuck that behind or tuck it in front. You can bring it back around and tuck that around that side. So again, you're adjusting it how you want it to look. Okay, so that gives you the control over how you want that. Okay, readjust it and that as you want it. Okay, so that's one way, that's as a bow. My IG ended, so I'm just adjusting that. Okay, so this as well, you can take it and just bring it around. Say you're not the bow tight. You're not the bow tight.
This is how I like my color.
You're not the bow tight. So just might want to tuck it. You can just tuck it and then adjust it and push it back however you want it. It's a little smoother. And that's just tucked. Tucked all the way around. So this piece has length too. So you can work it how you want. Now that was from the front. I'm going to do it from the back. From the back, we're pulling it to our heads. Again, this is the opportunity if we want to use and make a little indentation in the front, or you can just wrap. Go with it and see how it goes. You could always adjust it after. Again, if you want to take that in and tie it. So let it fan out. You create it to be what you want it to be. Smooth around the back. You got your little layers. Adjust it how you want. Or if you don't want to tie it, you just tuck it. Okay. Next, I'm going to move to a dress. Now, you know how, well, some of us may have little stretch dresses that don't stretch as much as they used to, meaning don't come down to the same point that you may want them to. So that's what we're going to do next. Might have them in the back of the closet or folded up in the drawer, saying, I'm going to get in that again. There's another opportunity for you to use it. Remember, we're using what we have. So this is a dress. Let me show you. I like this one because it has color, it has some lace on it, it has splashes, design. So I can use that as my accents to create my head design, right? So how am I gonna do that? Y'all looking at me like, what? So this is one of my little dresses I sometimes put on in the house, or I put on with leggings because it just don't fit like it used to. It didn't change size. I didn't change size. We just don't match anymore. So look, okay? And so it has that spandex, it has that stretch. You see it stretching? See the stretch? Okay? So I am going to turn it upside down. Right? So we have the bottom of the dress. I'm going to take that and put it over my head. Same thing like the t-shirts, you can use whatever edge of it you want. It's up to you. It's a full circle. I'm creating my foundation. So I'm taking the ends. I'm going to form a tie to the back. Ends. Let me grab it again. same thing. Smooth front, tied to the back. This I'm definitely going to reinforce with a double tie. Double tie. Take those ends and I tuck it. My stretch fabric works with me, and I have created my foundation, right? So I have my foundation. It's nice, it's tight. I can adjust it now or adjust it later. If I don't like how the edge of my dress is, you can always take that and tuck it. Okay, you can tuck it how you want. So now you got that dress. I got that pretty lace back there. I got that design. What do I want to use? What do I want to accent? Adjust it how you want. You're playing with it to not having the sleeve holes show. So you're grouping it together. And again, like your t-shirt, you can choose how you want to do this. So you can take it and you can wrap it around your hair and just bring it back and tuck it. And create that fancy knot in the back. And then you feel it out, you feel it, right? You feel it, you're adjusting it how you want and tucking it to make sure none of your edges is showing. Make sure that they can't see that it's a dress. You adjust the front, you adjust the back, right? But that doesn't necessarily give me a whole lot of the personality of the dress, right? So you might want to get a little crafty and take that back down. Take that dress, the dress part down. Now I might need to take it the other way. Let's see. So I'm bringing it around the front of my head. Actually, I'm going to take it the other way because I'm feeling it. You can feel the difference. You can feel. So to bring it to the front, I need to bring it this way because that's going to get me back. Get me back to my base to be able to tuck. Right. It's stretchy, so you got to work with it. Now, last week I started with this one on, and people tried to guess what it was.
Wow.
And you're tucking it in the back. Tucking it in the back. So I've tucked it in the back. Now I play with it, what I want to show, how I want it to show. I want a little bit of my lace showing. If I don't, tuck that. Make sure no ends are sticking out. Once you get that all tucked how you want it, then again, you go to the front and you adjust it how you want. You show what you want to show. Now, does that look like a dress on my head?
No way.
Just it, pull it back. However you want to do it. If it loosens, you just retuck. Retuck. I want to show some more of my flamingo dress.
You're working it, girl, working it.
And you tuck it, and you adjust it as you go. And you just feel it out. You move it around how you feel. You just go with it, rock with it, roll with it. How you like me now?
Beautiful. That's right.
Loving it.
Fabulous.
Beautiful.
Great.
And that is a dress. That's how you use what you got. Use what you got. Accentuate. accentuate the beauty in you. Now, guys, I know y'all not using dresses, but you know, ladies have a little more challenges with the hair, so I'm trying to give them more options, more options, more options. So, you know, and that's good for travel as well. You don't want this is a season, well, we're not necessarily traveling right now, but when you travel, the catch is to travel light, to take pieces that you can be versatile with, that you can use in different ways to accentuate. So a little dress like that don't take up a whole lot of room. You can just throw that in your luggage and have that. And you adjust it. If it has colors on it, you can adjust it to make whatever color you want stand out. Okay, so that's a little travel tip as well. So for another travel tip, as we're wrapping up, the last thing I'll do is go back to the regular t-shirt since I started with that. A cardigan. It has stretch material, so it has a percentage of spandex in it. This is a cardigan with no buttons, so just the one that has the falling edges, so little, it's leveled. It's not even all the way around. That's what I'm trying to say. It has the dips on the side. So this is a cardigan sweater, okay? Your cardigan sweater out of your suitcase, out of your closet, that's what we're going to use. How are we going to use this? Let's do it from the top first. So the top of it, right? I'm going to fold it over the neck, folding it over the tag, right? And the cardigan has sleeves, so that's extra stuff for us to work with. Makes it a little easier. So I'm taking it and I'm putting it over my head where I creased it. Fix it if it moves. And I'm pulling that back. I have sleeves. So my sleeves can help to form my foundation. Here's my sleeve. Okay, there we go. So simple enough. Using my sleeves to tie, to create my base. Can't get any simpler than that. And again, because we have that spandex material, that stretch, we want to reinforce. Double tie. Now you don't have to double tie. That's up to you. Depends on how much hair you have, how strong you want your foundation to be or need it to be. And that's how you determine whether you want to double tie it. I'm double tying mine. I don't have hair in the back. I have a lot of hair in the front and on the top. So I need that little bit of base. Okay, so now you have ends hanging. You can either separate it on two sides, like you have sleeves, so you pick up the rest. So what I did, I have the rest of the sleeves that I tied, right? I have the rest of the sleeves, and then there's the rest of the sweater, right? So I can join that together and use that to create my foundation to bring it up and do that knot in the back and tuck. So that's one way you can do it, and you adjust your, my front is looking really bulky. So I can adjust that how I want, or I can, I'm gonna tuck that a little bit more. Just like any other fabric, you come back and you adjust it how you want to. Okay, and then you tuck. You bring it around and you tuck it. So you're feeling it out, and you're tucking it, and you're creating your knot. And once you get that smooth and that foundation formed, then you come back to your front and adjust it however you want. My front is looking a little crazy like right now, so I'm not liking that. So I'm gonna actually bring it down because this sweater has a thick edge. Just as long as my tag is not showing. So I'm bringing that back. I'm changing that up based on the sweater. You change it up how you want and retuck it. So that's looking a little better to me. So again, going with your feelings and your thoughts and how it looks, looking in the mirror. And then just tuck that. Okay? That's one way for wrapping in the back. Another way is to take that, turn it to make it tighter and bring it to the front. Bring it to the front, and then you can use that edge. Depending on how long it is, you can tie it. Now mine is not looking like it's long enough to tie, right? It's flopping on me. If you can get it to tuck, you just tuck it. Create your base. And the other thing about wrapping is every time you do it, it's going to be different. No two are the same. Every time you do it, you'll get a different design. It'll look like a different design, a different technique. And mine keeps slipping out my hands. So here we go. I'm using my stretch now. Here we go. You get it to the point where you can stretch it, use that spandex in it. There we go.
Yes.
Looks nothing like a sweater anymore.
No.
And it don't look crazy. Like nobody's gonna say, well, what in the world is on her head? See? Tuck it as you feel it, have a smooth you want it. Woo! There we have it. Again,
What type of material are you using? That rayon? Is it rayon?
it is rayon with spandex. So it has
Rayon with spandex, right?
So it's a cardigan sweater with rayon and spandex, any type of stretch material in it. Yeah, most cardigans have at least a little bit, a percentage, 15% or more. Now also, if I wanted to, like say the sleeves wasn't that long and I couldn't get a tuck, I could have also used my edge. So to pull it down further, bring that there and take this and tuck over it. And tuck it down into my collar. Okay, so you adjust that how you want, or you can use it to secure it. Adjust it how you want. Bring it down and just bring it back. How you like me now?
Very
Good,
cool.
very good.
So, like I said, it's for every level. If you're like, oh, I rap all the time, I got it. Yeah. Add some other things to your arsenal. You can use almost anything. Anything, any type of fabric that you just practice. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Iris, you ever tried a nightgown?
Yes, I have. So the same way as the dress, yeah, you can use it like that. Now, a nightgown, if it's like a long nightgown, you don't necessarily. I didn't do it with that dress because it's kind of short. But rather than putting your hair in it, you can just flatten out the nightgown and just put it from the back to the front or the front to the back and just use it like we did the scarves.
Uh-huh.
Just flatten it out and wrap it.
Okay.
Whatever you have in your home. What's in your hands? What's available to you? Create
Thank you.
your own designs. And you don't have to cut it. Keeping in mind that you don't have to cut it to do it. So you can still use it as your t-shirt or your dress or your nightgown or your sweater. You can still wear it. So excellent travel tips as well.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. You're more than welcome. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Please
Yeah.
share comments, pass on the word. I think I'm going to make this a Saturday thing.
Okay. Would I be able to invite some more people from Augusta because they are interested, but you only sent it to me, so I'm the only one online. But it was maybe half a dozen of others that's interested in.
Oh, absolutely. You can share it. Actually, so our wires got a little bit crossed. I sent it to Shy and Pastor. And then I sent it to specific people that had informed me. Last week when I did it, I posted the actual link all over social media. And we had a few disruptors in the beginning. And so that was why I wasn't able to share that video, because I tried every type of editing technique I could find. And it gave me a lot of challenges. I was able to edit it and with some software that I found, but then I wasn't able to share it. So I'm being more careful on how I share the link. So I put out the word that I'm doing this, and I'm live on IG so that they can see it, but they can't come in and we can't see them. So I don't want the disruptive or kids playing around, because this is serious. It's a platform to learn, but it's lighthearted. So I don't want to have to discipline anyone in this.
Right.
Okay.
Good.
So you can share the link. We can send it to people that we know. This is the platform is available. This is what I'll be using, and I'll send out the link.
So will the time be the same, Saturday at 11?
11 a.m., yes.
11 a.m., good, great. I really enjoyed this.
I did too.
When I was in New York 44 years ago, I had some of the basic skills, so but I forgot. After living in Georgia, I forgot. So now you remind me so much of the skills, and not only that, but brand new stuff to add to it. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I am honored to have been able to do this, and I look forward to it. So the better we get at it, the more fun we can get at it. And so next week we'll have new people, so we'll fill out how we'll do it. But also, I want to stop and watch you do it. And so practice during the week.
I actually have a question.
Okay.
Yes, Shy.
So you talked at the beginning a little bit about hair health and, vlogs and all this stuff about natural hair.
Yes.
And so they talk about how different materials can actually take moisture from your hair. So whenever I wear a wrap, like right now, this is a silk base, like head wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I choose to wrap my hair, I always put something under before that silk base, because the cotton or the rayon may take moisture from my hair, and I always have to be cognizant to keep my hair moisturized. So do you have any comments or anything that you can share pertaining to that? Is that real, or?
It is.
Okay.
It is real. So that is absolutely correct.
Okay.
So what you put direct to your hair does make a difference, and you do want to be mindful. Now, absolutely, you can use any type of fabric you want. In wintertime, there's wools. I recommend, if you're doing a wool, that you either use a line wool, because wool does pull your hair out.
Oh, okay.
It will pull out your hair, break your edges and stuff like that. So you can use like a silk cap or some type of cap base and then wrap around that. Any fabric you feel more comfortable, excuse me, if you're referring to pulling your moisture away, if your hair is naturally dry, you have to moisture a lot, then you want to use a cap. You can use like the kind of night caps, you know, the silk caps, or a rayon, something that's going to hold in your moisture, but you won't want a fitted one. So even if it's kind of like the wig caps, you could even use a wig cap, because you just want a barrier. You want to create a barrier between your hair and the fabric that you're using. However, like the fabrics that we're talking about with the spandex and the stretch, unless you just grease your hair the same day or within the day before, depending on how much grease, it shouldn't affect that. And if you have fresh grease in your hair, certain spandex mixed fabrics may absorb it, so you'll see the marks on it. Cotton, I usually recommend not using 100% cotton, because they say it breathes, but it can confine as well. It can smother. So you want kind of like a mix, a blend. If you have a cotton, you want a cotton blend.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Yes.
So yes, it is true that different types of fabric can pull the moisture from your hair. Some fabrics, for example, wool, just to clarify, can break your edges or pull your hair, or even pull the moisture and make it dry. So sometimes you might have something wrapped, or all of a sudden you start itching. That's either because your scalp is not breathing, or like I said in the beginning, it's too tight.
Got it.
So you start feeling like lightheadedness or extra itching. Try loosening it.
Okay.
And that'll let you know if it's tightness, because you will feel an instant relief if it's too tight. It'll literally feel like your head is opening back up, like exhaling. So you'll know that it's too tight. And then with the moisture, make sure you keep your head moisturized. But yes, you can use a barrier, a cap of any type to protect your hair.
Okay.
And that also helps with keeping creating your foundation too. So you can use it to create a foundation too, to keep your hair in one place as you're making your creation with your fabric.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Any other questions before we go?
I just want to comment, thank you, because I was wondering what to put on my head for next week. I have the wig cap. That'll be much better, because I was wrestling because I had my wig on and it keeps sliding, and I don't want y'all to see the ultimate me. That's good. I have it. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So glad.
Yeah, definitely appreciate this.
And I guess I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, you're going to see us tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Well, some of you I'll see tomorrow. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a blessed one.
Yes.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Happy Resurrection season.
Yes.
That's right.
I love this. Keep creating, keep adorning, keep experimenting, keep exploring.
Thank you so
Next
much.
time.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right. Thanks so much.